In the heart of the enchanting city of Key West, where whispers of maritime legends blend with the sighs of the sea breeze, there resides a tale of a doll named Robert. A tale that dances on the fine line between reality and the eerie realms of the unknown. Once, within the walls of an old Victorian mansion, a young boy named Robert Eugene Otto found solace in the company of a peculiar doll. With a face carved from wood and button eyes that seemed to hold secrets, the doll became his steadfast companion. Given to him by a servant with links to the arcane, the doll bore the name of its owner, Robert. In the warmth of the island sun, Robert and his doll frolicked like shadows cast upon the sand. Yet, soon enough, the playful laughter turned to whispers, and the mischievous glint in the doll's button eyes seemed to deepen. Odd occurrences began to unfold, like a subtle shift in the air. Toys vanishing and reappearing, unexplained scratches appearing on walls and footsteps echoing in empty rooms. Locals whispered tales of the doll's malevolent influence. They spoke of Robert the doll moving on his own, giggling in the night, his eyes fixating on passers-by through the mansion's windows. Some swore they heard the doll's voice, a voice that carried on the wind, carrying with it an unsettling plea for freedom. As the years passed, Robert the doll found a new home in a turret window, where he peered out onto the quiet streets of Key West. Visitors would approach with a mix of trepidation and curiosity, drawn to the doll's strange aura. Yet those who laughed or spoke ill of the doll would find themselves ensnared in a web of misfortune, their lives taking an inexplicable turn for the worse. The doll's influence, it seemed, was more than mere superstition. Letters of apology began to arrive at the mansion's doorstep, from those who had crossed the line, who had mocked the doll and lived to regret it. The letters, a bizarre testament to the power that Robert held, were pinned to the walls of the mansion, forming a mosaic of penitence. Today, Robert the doll rests behind glass, preserved within a museum in Key West. Visitors from near and far gather to witness his unsettling presence, his button eyes seemingly fixed upon them, his aura both eerie and compelling. Many who stand before him claim to feel a chill, as though the doll's spirit still lingers, casting an enigmatic veil upon all who dare to peer into his world. In the heart of a quaint New England town, a charming antique shop stood as a silent keeper of an eerie secret. Inside its dusty shelves and dimly lit corners, an innocuous-looking Raggedy Ann doll rested, casting a subtle sense of unease upon anyone who gazed upon it. The doll had a history that stretched back to the 1970s, when it was gifted to a young nursing student named Donna. Donna's apartment, shared with her roommate Angie, was a hub of laughter and youthful energy. One day, Donna returned home to find the doll, Annabelle, sitting on her bed, its porcelain eyes fixed on her. At first, Donna and Angie dismissed Annabelle's odd placements as mere pranks. They found the doll on the couch, at the kitchen table, and even in Angie's room. But as time passed, the doll's antics took a darker turn. Notes began appearing, written in chilled-like handwriting, pleading for help and forgiveness. The girls had never seen anyone else enter their apartment, and the notes left them bewildered. Terrified, Donna consulted a medium, who revealed the truth. Annabelle, the medium said, was not inhabited by a child's playful spirit, but rather by a malevolent entity that had been looking for a vessel to possess. The entity had created the notes to gain Donna's sympathy and trust. The medium urged them to rid themselves of the doll. As strange occurrences escalated, furniture moving, whispering voices, and the feeling of being watched, the girls finally heeded the medium's advice. They contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren, a renowned paranormal investigative couple. The Warrens, experienced in dealing with the supernatural, declared that the doll was a conduit for a demonic presence. With the Warrens' intervention, the girls' apartment was blessed, and Annabelle was placed within a protective glass case in the Warrens' occult museum. But even then, the malevolent force was not subdued. Visitors to the museum reported feeling watched and experiencing unexplainable discomfort. Some even claimed they saw the doll's expression change. The true horror of Annabelle's story unfolded when a young man dared to mock the doll's power. He tapped on the glass, challenging the entity within. Within a week, the man was involved in a near-fatal motorcycle accident. Convinced that Annabelle was more than just a doll, the skeptical learned to respect its otherworldly energy. Amidst the fog-shrouded moors, the ancient Greywood Manor stood as a monument to forgotten memories. The story that whispered through the villagers' fearful tones was one that echoed of sorrow and darkness, a tale of a little girl named Lily. Lily, a delicate child with eyes like stars, had lived in the manor with her parents. She spent her days wandering the sprawling gardens and playing with her cherished doll, Eleanor, a porcelain figure dressed in lace and ribbons. The doll was her constant companion, sharing whispered secrets and dreams. One fateful evening, a storm of immense fury descended upon the manor. Thunder shook the walls, and lightning danced across the sky like ethereal fingers. In the heart of the tempest, Lily vanished without a trace, her laughter extinguished like a candle in the wind. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into years, and Greywood Manor fell into desolation. The laughter and joy that once filled its halls were replaced by the chilling echo of silence. But the presence of Lily lingered, as did Eleanor, the doll she held so dear. Villagers who dared venture near the manor claimed they could sometimes hear a distant, mournful melody carried on the wind. And when the moon hung full and luminous, Eleanor's lifeless eyes seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly gleam. One storm-laden night, a family seeking shelter stumbled upon the manor. Unaware of its sinister history, they settled in for the night, their young daughter clutching a tattered teddy bear. The girl, drawn by an invisible force, discovered Eleanor in a forgotten corner. As the storm raged outside, the little girl whispered secrets to the doll, believing her to be a faithful friend. But as the night wore on, the wind carried ghostly giggles and a mournful melody that seemed to come from all directions. Eleanor's eyes flickered, reflecting a sinister gleam, and her porcelain smile curved au naturally. The teddy bear, sensing the encroaching malevolence, fell from the girl's grasp, its button eyes fixed on Eleanor. Shadows danced along the walls, and the air grew thick with an almost tangible darkness. The girl's whispers turned to trembling gasps as Eleanor's once lifeless hands tightened around her own. The storm outside mirrored the tempest within the manor as the spirits of Lily and Eleanor merged, seeking a new playmate in the living realm. The little girl's screams echoed through the night, and the villagers who had heard the legend of Lily knew that the manor's dark history had claimed yet another victim. To this day, Greywood Manor stands as a stark reminder that some tales are born from the depths of tragedy and woven into the fabric of nightmares. And if you ever find yourself wandering near its gates on a stormy night, listen closely. The haunting melody of a little girl's laughter might just send shivers down your spine, as you remember the fate of Lily and the doll that became the vessel for her twisted spirit.